On First News today, we're going to talk about minor crops. What are minor crops? Well, as Cindy Baker will tell you, that's the crops that we eat. And Cindy's a communications relations director for the Gowan Company. And Cindy, we're talking minor crops. Give me an example.
Minor crops, George, are like lettuce, carrots, fruits, vegetables. It's basically anything that's grown on less than 300,000 acres. And it's mostly what we eat today, what you see on your plate for dinner and lunch and in your salad and that sort of thing.
But on those minor crop acres, they produce a lot of food.
There's a lot of food that comes out not just for the United States, but for the world. We're fortunate in this country to be able to supply affordable and abundant food supply to the whole world.
Well, Cindy, there's several laws in the United States about chemicals. Gowan Company is where you work. Tell us about the Gowan Company.
Gowan Company is a manufacturer and distributor of crop protection materials. We have proprietary as well as generic products, and our products protect crops from insects, from diseases, from weeds, those types of things.
So we're talking about fungicides and insecticides and rodenticides, anything you can think of.
Exactly, right.
All right, now, how do you fit into this picture with the Food Quality Protection Act?
The Food Quality Protection Act changes the way that the government regulates pesticides, so it has dramatic impact on us. And our greatest fear is that the Food Quality Protection Act will have a negative impact on the way that minor crops are grown, because they are in particular jeopardy from insects, and they have very few pesticides that are registered for their use right now. And if we eliminate some of those, then we're in real jeopardy of being able to control the problems that we have on those crops.
Let's talk about the Food Quality Protection Act. What does it say and what does it do?
The Food Quality Protection Act sets a new standard for regulating pesticides, which we can all agree with. Our problem is the way that EPA has chosen to implement that new law. Congress was not real specific in the language of the law, and so it's given EPA quite a bit of flexibility, and we're concerned that they are not using real data about how these products are used, the importance of these products and IPM programs and that sort of thing when they're making their decisions.
We've been pushing for people to do things scientifically. That's not happening in some cases.
No, and in this case, there is science being developed on how you can do better assessments of the actual risk of pesticides, but unfortunately, EPA isn't there yet with the science, and they're certainly not there with having all the data they need to make those decisions. So we're trying to urge them to wait until they have that scientific methods down and they have the actual data to plug in before they make those decisions.
What are we doing to protect the farmer on this thing?
Well, Gowan Company has taken an active role in terms of trying to influence what happens with Food Quality Protection Act. We're going around and talking to the growers, making sure they understand what the impacts are, encouraging them to talk to their congressional representatives so they know what's going on, so we can have this implemented in a way that helps us all.
Behind us is the brand new office of the Gowan Company, and you can't mail anything here.
It's no longer a post office. It's a working office, but it's a wonderful facility, and we're happy to be in it.
About 40 people there, huh?
About 50 people there, yeah.
Okay, and many more out at the plant.
Yeah.
Folks, the Gowan Company is very much a part of our community and doing a great job in keeping quality in the food we eat. I'm George Gadley, and that is First News Today.